Good luck, high five, everyone. Today we're looking at a game that needs very little introduction, but I'll stammer through one anyway. Keyforge was announced at Gen Con in 2018 and quickly became a very polarizing title. Now that decks and starters have been out for a couple of months, people have had the chance to play it, and I'm here with my thoughts. Fantasy Flight once again partners with Richard Garfield to bring this unique deck game to players, so let's open up a starter and a couple of unique decks and see what all the hype is about. Inside our starter kit, we have the one-sheet quick start guide that represents all you're going to get when it comes to how to play. Fortunately, this game's simple enough not to need a complicated timing chart. Past that, we have the punch-out tokens for the Amber and Keys and the 2 random starter decks in every starter. Mine are Warlord Crimson Ogre Olsen and Quibala Carbon Plant Brigand. Each of the decks in Keyforge are unique, meaning that no one else in the entire world has these decks but me. The specific card makeup of each one is unique and flavored to the Archon who controls it, so there's lots of fun deck names out there to discover. Additionally, there's the sealed pack of starter decks. These are not unique. Everyone gets these in the starter box. That's it for the packaging. Let's shuffle these up and I'll explain how to play. In Keyforge, you bring your unique deck and your opponent will bring theirs. Determine who goes first. Use Schwazi. And the starting player draws 7 cards from their shuffled deck. The other player starts with 6. Now the first thing you're going to do on your turn is see if you can forge a key. If you have 6 amber, you can turn them in and flip over one of your keys, forging it. Now here's a good spot to let you know that when I'm saying the word amber, I'm pronouncing it weird because Fantasy Flight spells it weird. They spell it with an AE first letter. I don't know why, but I'm not going to say amber. If that's what they wanted it to be called, then they should have spelled it correctly. If you don't have 6 amber, you can bypass this step in your turn and you move on to the next step. Now, this is the step where you choose a house. Each of the Archon identity cards lists the 3 houses of that deck. My Miss Onyx Censorious deck has Brobnar, Dees, and Shadows. Every turn, you're going to choose one, and that's the only house's cards that you can play or activate. It's the second part that's important because eventually you're going to have just a ton of cards on the board, but you only get to play with 1 house a turn. Now, it's almost always the right choice to choose the house that lets you interact with the most cards, which does take some of the guesswork out of this step. Again, of course, this isn't always the case, but this is a review. I'm making broad strokes so people get the gist of the game. If you want deep, in-depth strategy, which is what deep means, I don't know, maybe I'll start doing those videos later. Finally, you play. Any creatures that you play from your hand only enter the game exhausted or turned sideways, and they have to be played on a flank or an end of the row. You can't just simply jam a creature right in the middle. They have to be played on the outside of your existing creatures. Also of importance, if this is the first turn, the first player can only play 1 card. So, like, to making it count. Never let go, Jack. At the end of the turn, when you're done playing everything and activating and fighting and doing all the stuff you're going to do on a turn, you rotate all of your cards back to their vertical position and you pass. So, that's it. Is this game fun? Yes. It sucks to lose this game. It sucks to lose any game, but with unique decks, there are obviously some that are going to be super powerful, but I bet in reality, people never actually see those decks. Sure, there's some spike in like Sunnydale, California, who has the uber crazy nonsense deck that stakes their local meta. Cool. For the most part, we're all going to be working with decks that flip or flop back and forth against each other that's trying to do something different. This is a Richard Garfield joint after all, so balance isn't just something he's going to shrug at and say, whatever. That being said, it's absolutely possible to get completely ranched in one of these games, and if it's one of your first, you're going to have a very hard time seeing this as a fun way to spend your time. If it sounds like I'm using the word if an awful lot, it's because I am. I don't know anything about this game as a whole yet. Product is a little hard to find, and therefore, so are opponents. God bless you. Here in Minneapolis, it helps that Fantasy Flight is literally just up the street, but we haven't had any tournaments or organized play yet. It's just a bunch of friendly local game shops selling decks to people and then pointing at tables and saying, have fun. There are a ton of cool ideas for tournaments for this game. I'm just waiting for them to happen. In the meantime, this is a totally fine game to play at your table, and there are certainly great moments to be had, especially opening up a brand new blind deck and seeing what the name is and what the cards are inside. It just feels like there's so much more here, and I want to get to that point in the game. We here at Good Luck High Five are going to stream this game as we open brand new decks and play them blind, so you can find those videos on this channel and have a good look at the game in action. So, let's go through the checklist. In the box, rulebook clear. Oh, Fantasy Flight and their rulebooks. By their standard, this one isn't bad, as it doesn't have two different books with differing levels of detail. A one-page sheet is included with the starter and teaches you the ins and outs. I'm giving this one a check. Use non-gendered pronouns. Yes, Fantasy Flight Games uses the active player more than you'd ever think was possible in the sheet, but it uses it correctly and includes all gamers. Well done. Iconography clear. It's sometimes difficult to miss the Amber icon in the corner of the cards, but the house symbols are all different enough from each other that it won't be confusing. Check. Inside box space well used. No. This is a typical Fantasy Flight Games concern. The box insert is fine for holding everything together from the warehouse, but you won't want to use it once you start playing. It's just too big for what you get inside, and the cardboard channel is worthless. Room for sleeved cards. With the cardboard insert, no. Take it out and there's plenty of room, but now there's too much and everything gets all higgledy-piggledy in there. X for this one. Adequate baggies. No. I needed one baggie for these tokens and there wasn't one in the box. One baggie, Fantasy Flight. One. On the table, good representation? Indeed. Bad Penny is a card that's going to become a mascot for this game, and the Archons themselves are genderless or feature a good mix of varying pronouns. Component quality. The cards feel decently weighty, but you'll still want sleeves. The cardboard tokens are fine, giving this one a yellow circle. Everything's just okay. Replay value. Hard to say yet. Inside the starter box, you're going to get bored with the starter deck, so there's the extra 2 random decks to help that along. This is ultimately a game that's trying to get you to buy more decks, though, so if you're in for that, then yes. Inside the box itself, another yellow circle. Fun to lose. Nope. This game can be very, very frustrating to lose. When your opponent's able to dominate you from start to finish, which can easily happen, given the variance out there, you're going to feel bad. Fortunately, you're not going to feel bad long, as the games tend to be quick, but you're also not going to want to play again. The starter box decks feel balanced though, so switch them up when you find one is winning more than another. Hey everyone, if you enjoyed that video, please hit that sub button and check out all of our other offerings at goodluckhighfive.com. And please consider becoming a patron of the channel at patreon.com/glhfmagic and help us keep making reviews, videos, and podcasts for as little as $5 a month. We're also always looking for new games to review, so if you make games or you know a company who does and wants to have their game reviewed on Good Luck High Five, please reach out to us at glhf@goodluckhighfive.com and we'd be happy to take a look. You can follow me, Captain N the Game Master, on Twitter and Instagram at CaptainNGM, and follow the channel at glhfmagic. Remember, please shop at your local game store whenever possible. Until next time, I'm Nicholas, and good luck, high five.